Hello, everyone, and welcome back to FEZ. On the last episode, we were here. I don't remember anything about where here is. I'm sorry, it's been a bit. Let's see. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's explore and find out more, shall we? I seem to vaguely remember this. Like there was uh, oop, a it's a statue of the guys, the bros, the squidmen. Oh, and I did. Oh, hello. That appears to be an orrery of some kind. It's got cube planet, cube moon, and then another cube planet way out in the distance, apparently. Oh goodness. Okay. Um, I'm sorry. Like I was saying, I did find a guide that was like non-spoilery hints to what the heck is going on around here. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust something here. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I was pulling something up. So I found a guide online that was like, it wasn't giving me the solutions to the puzzle, but it was like, you know, kind of helping. Like I was really like not gonna lie, I was gonna look it up to get an alphabet, like to see what's being written around here. And apparently, we don't need to actually know any of the script to complete the game at its most basic level. So, like, that's something that's good to know, certainly. Let's just make sure there isn't anything else here before I. Yeah, no, looks like we're good. Like there are all sorts of like secrets and puzzles and stuff that require knowledge of these ciphers that we're seeing around. But to like beat the game at its most basic level, we don't need any of that stuff. So I guess I'm just gonna go. You know? Oh, hello. You have found an ancient artifact. It does appear that way. I think this was used to count. Okay. Whoops, that's not the right button. I don't know how to count. Um, how do I... How do I rotate it up? Okay, so... I think this one was 3. And assuming this works with the same rules as a normal die, where the total side, like the opposite sides add up to 7, this would then be 4. Um, I think this was 2, so this is 5. I don't know, I just got done saying that we don't actually need to know any of this in order to complete the game, and now here I am trying to figure it out anyway. I don't know. Useful. Oh, the sun is now a black hole. How unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. Let's move on, I think. Um, okay, that's what this is telling me here. Okay. And I wonder if the fact that this is like, space related, if this is indeed telling me that these squid people are in fact aliens. Um, Interesting, weird, trippy. I like it. I do see a big cube up at the top, and I want it. How do I get it? Oh. Oh, goodness. Alright, cool. Well, mystery solved. Alright, great. Um, Before we go in there, let's check our map. So this will take us back to the warp gate. But there's more to explore in the area we came from. That's a bad idea. Was it? I guess it must have been here. Nope, we already did that. Oh, wait a sec. Hold on. So, was this the room where we had to, like, move around in particular ways? Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Okay. So I think what this is telling me is that tetromino corresponds to moving right. This one is moving left. This one is jump. This one is rotate. And then the other rotate. Right? Like, I think that's how I'm supposed to understand what I'm seeing here. And that's why... That's what these guys are for. Right? Is to... you know... Like... You input these somehow, and that's what the puzzle is, I guess. So, you know, it's something. All right, great. Okay. Well, now we're making progress. That's 2 full cubes in like what, 5 minutes? So great. We're doing great. Oh, I guess it's more like 10 minutes. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know anything. My brain fell off. So, you know, I remember during our Katamari... let's be real. My Katamari playthrough. Oh, is this like an observatory? Like, is that supposed to be a telescope? Is that what I'm looking at there? I don't know. I guess let's go find out. I think I was talking about... you know, I've been thinking about the world and, you know, small stuff like that. And, oh man, okay, I wanna talk more, but telescope. Hi. Hello. Oh my, that's a big telescope. Push X on either handle to spin the telescope one way or another. You can look into the telescope by pressing X near the eyepiece. Alright. Great. Okay. I'm pressing X. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't know, maybe it's just not in a good position. I wonder if that chalkboard is supposed to be telling me something. I want to see a planet. Oh! It suddenly got darker. Am I just supposed to wait for nighttime? That would make sense to me. Oh, okay, so now I can see constellations. I wonder if that noticeable thing there is supposed to be like the outer planet that we saw in the orrery. And then, if I'm reading that chalkboard right, if I do this, then maybe I can see something else? Whoa. What's going on up in the top left there? That's interesting. Well, I can't really make out what I'm supposed to do with that here at this point. And apparently it's not like super critical, I guess. So let's move on. There's something there. Is that all there is? Uh, oh my god, I can never remember the controls. Oh, I guess there's an anti-cube in there. Okay. Well, then I'm not going to worry about it too much, to tell you the truth. It sounds like all we really need are the normal cubes, and the anti-cubes are like completionist sort of a thing, which I'll probably do on my own time, but I don't know. I think for the purposes of this playthrough, I really want to just kind of get all the normal stuff. Oh my god. I just did it and immediately forgot again like what the controls are. Okay. So like I was trying to say earlier, like I've been thinking about, like, I don't know if I'm just paying more attention now these days or what, but I feel like I'm really noticing people getting frustrated more easily. Oops, I had hoped to catch onto those vines, but apparently not. And like, now that I'm sort of learning about, you know, Buddhist philosophy, I think. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. It's like, I probably talked about this sort of phenomenon when we were doing Katamari, but dang it. Like, I get this sense that I want to save the world. You know, like okay, I guess I just can't do that. I was thinking maybe I just timed it wrong or something like that. I want to help people feel better, you know, to put it simply. And I'm starting to realize that, like, while I don't think I am necessarily wrong to want that, I think that, like, the best way to do that is to be kind to the people around me and to just sort of slowly help give them those tools, right? Like, just be like, hey, you know, what's bothering you? And, you know, listen to them and see what's troubling them. And then come in and be like, all right, so here's the perspective that I'm coming at this from. Let's see if we can find some way to make it gel with what you're experiencing right now, right? So, like, you know, there are some people who already... Oh, nice, a treasure chest to open... yeah, thank you. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Thank you. Like... Oh, another map. Okay. Can we do anything with that? That doesn't look immediately familiar. I don't know. Maybe we'll come across it at some point. But, like, you know, my colleagues at work, they get stressed because it's work and it's stressful and loud and lots of noises everywhere. And I just want to be like, all right, so, you know, what about this situation is stressing you out, right? And then from there we can sort of, you know, like, even if I don't explain it in terms of, like, you know, non-self and shunyata and things like that, it's like, it doesn't... There are other ways of explaining it. What is this telling me? That's a new symbol. A bunch of FEZ wearing people at something. What? Okay, so they're starting to build it. They finished building it, and then something destroyed it, maybe? Or maybe it's like the fact that it's on these four walls is like it's a cycle. Like, this keeps happening over and over again. And what we saw in the village was them building the next one in the cycle. I don't know. It's a little cryptic, but that's okay. Um, but yeah, it's like, even if I think, if I explain these in different terms, like you could still get the main idea across, right? And so, and I've even been doing it to myself, really, where it's like, okay, so when I'm getting stressed at work, what is it that I am worried about? What is it that I'm clinging to that makes this not a pleasant situation for me to be in right now? And, just being the kind of person that I am, it's like I am clinging to quiet and solitude and just not having to deal with people, basically. Like that sounds maybe a little, why did I just fall through that? Alright, whatever. Um, that sounds maybe a little, I, I don't want to say, um, you know, I guess asocial. I'm sure some people are they understand what I'm trying to get at, but I'm an introvert. Basically, is the gist of it, and that usually manifests. Oh, okay, did not expect it to move like that. That usually manifests in me not being comfortable in those situations, and so it's a matter of me kind of like understanding what it is that is specifically causing me the discomfort, right? Like, it's usually not a particular person being mean or whatever. It's usually just like the fact that I'm in a big group of people. Wait a sec. Where am I right now? Um, and so, like, I have the vocabulary. Okay, so we are here. Alright? I have the vocabulary to explain, like, clinging and shunyata and non-self and things like that, but to a normal person, it sounds mystical and impractical and not helpful. And I think there's a term for this. As I understand it, the term is upaya, which is skillful means, and it's the idea that, like, you basically tune your message to be the most helpful in the present situation, whatever that is. Or sort of an extrapolation of the idea that, different people understand the world in different ways, and therefore there are different ways of explaining the same concepts so that it makes sense to different people who need those different ways. Um, Can I do something? Doesn't look like it. Well, let's check our map in there and see. Oh, well, that says we're in the clear for this particular area. What about this? Well, there's nothing in here, but there is a passageway, which is probably what's through that fireplace. Well, I noticed the pictures on the wall. I don't know if that's supposed to be telling me anything. Or it's like, oh, you gotta explore all these areas thoroughly in order to unlock the secret. Also, this looks like it might be the back of a skull. I don't know. But anyway, I guess the point that I was rambling about was that it's like I am slowly coming to terms with the fact that, like, as disappointing as it feels in the moment, I am just not in the position to be the hero. I guess, in a word, right? Like, I'm just one guy, and oh, how do I get in there? Well, let's see if we can figure that out, shall we? Um, and I just need to be okay with just being there for the people around me. You know, like I have a friend who, you know, she's going through kind of struggles like this, or at least like, you know, her own version of it, and I'm realizing that like that's where I'm needed, right? Is helping my friends and the people that I care about. And instead of thinking of this in terms of like helping the most people in the least amount of time, but more like helping where I can, and then later on, um, well, not even later on, just helping where I can, knowing my limits, and then being like, if I can foster that attitude of, you know, kindness and love, then things will just kind of naturally work themselves out, you know? I don't have to do anything. I don't have to be a hero like I'm envisioning, because that's just not how the world works. That's just not what I'm supposed to be doing. What the heck is happening right now? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, darn it. Um, so, yeah, I don't know. I guess the main message is be cool to each other, you know? But also, in a less unhelpful way, like, if I can use this platform to help other people who would otherwise be beyond my scope, it would be to say, like, just think a little bit about what it is exactly that you're expecting of a given situation, and ask yourself why you are expecting that to be the case. Hey, Gomez, do you know what time it is? It's cube o'clock. I see that. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Oh, darn it. Okay, so maybe that anti-cube only appears when it's cube o'clock. Interesting. But yeah, like, just think about the fact that, you know, when you feel discomfort, it is because there is something that you are expecting of the world, and the world is not meeting your expectations. And so, like, what is that thing? That, I think, is what confuses a lot of people and frustrates them, is like they just don't understand why it is they are, like, they don't know what it is they're expecting and how it contrasts with the exact situation. There we go. Oh, okay, interesting. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like, that's the sort of thing that makes me think. Like, I was just thinking about what I'm here to be doing a little wrong. It's not that I can't do anything. It's just that the thing that I am trying to do is not really the best way to go about it for someone in my position. Oh, okay. Whew. That was a little close. I don't know. I hope that resonates with someone out there. And I'm curious what other thoughts people might have. Apparently there's another anti-cube here somewhere. I wonder if it has to do with that green hand there. So I notice each one has like a corresponding, like a hand that is corresponding to that color, but the red one does not. Oh, maybe the red one is the one that disappeared because I got the anti-cube. That makes sense. The other ones don't seem to be rotating, though. Weird. Um, I've probably been recording for... I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. This brain has finally broken my game. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna call it here before I make an even bigger fool of myself. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We did make some decent progress. We got like 3 cubes and an anti-cube. That's pretty good. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I don't know. Like I say, I'm hoping that message, as clumsy as it was, it made sense to people. And I hope that it helps people kind of understand what I'm thinking and maybe how they're thinking. I don't know. But in any case, we'll call it here and pick it back up on the next episode. So until then, see you later.